All right, it's a few minutes after the hour here, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome everybody, and thank you for coming. My name is Brendan Ellis. I am the Healthcare and ISV Marketing Specialist here at Barcodes Incorporated. I wanted to start off by thanking our partners Zebra and Vaxxis for helping put this together. We're super excited to talk about this new solution that we think will help out a lot of people and organizations alike. Our first speaker is Tim Killian. Tim is an enterprise account executive here at Barcodes. Tim has been in the AID industry for 25 years. And second, we have Moshe Mepin. Moshe is the co-founder and CEO of Vaxxis Technologies and also CEO of MetaDolce Technologies, the parent company of Vaxxis. Moshe has been in the mobile and biometric industry for over 20 years. With that being said, Tim, I'll let you take it from here.
Thank you, Brendan. I appreciate it. Well, as the headline says, headlines do say it all. Every day I receive emails or texts from friends or colleagues regarding the latest news on COVID and how it pertains to our solution. I thought I would share just two of the articles that I received yesterday that I believe support why our solution is necessary. Companies, cities, and states are going to require vaccinations and thereby proof of vaccination status to enter public facilities, restaurants, and large gatherings. Before we get to the solution, however, I think it's important to give you some background on Barcodes so that you may have a great understanding of our ability to support your needs as you roll out this solution within your organization. Next slide. Well, who is Barcodes? Barcodes has been around nearly 27 years. We have over 600 dedicated industry experts, but more importantly, I think it's important to note that 1/6 of our company is in professional services. We are truly a solutions provider, not a box mover. We're a leader in the mobile computing industry. In fact, for one of our partners that we highlighted today, we're Zebra's second largest reseller. I personally would argue that we're their largest value-added reseller, again, stressing that we're a true solutions provider. And I think when you see the solution, you'll understand what we mean by that. We have an ecosystem of experienced partners. In fact, we have relationships with over 250 ISVs or independent software vendors. We're experienced with all the leading platforms and OSs, both new and old. And believe me, there's still a lot of Windows CE and a lot of old stuff out there that we're supporting for our customers today. It's for these reasons and the consistent results that we provide for our customers that have led 70% of the Fortune 500 companies to utilize solutions designed by Barcodes. We're international as well, with multiple offices in the US, multiple offices in the UK and Canada. And in addition, we also support customers in Latin America. Next slide, please. As you can see, we have locations throughout the world, and we are expanding. Like a good partner, wherever your business is, Barcodes will be there too. Next slide, please. Barcodes has unlocked value for businesses in every major vertical. By partnering with us, you get the benefit of demonstrated vertical experience that can be used to develop and implement any kind of solution, be it curbside pickup at a grocery chain, to patient tracking at hospitals, to outdoor wireless for university campuses. And that's just scratching the surface. How do we do this? Well, we work closely with you to understand your business virtually, as well as you, before implementing solutions tailor-made to fit your problems. Next slide. As mentioned previously, over 70% of Fortune 500 companies are Barcodes customers. That list is diverse, including companies from nearly every vertical: Best Buy, Gillette, Google, Caterpillar, Coca-Cola, Amazon, just to name a few, and the list goes on. We've earned their trust in part because of our ability to provide unparalleled support to our customers and our trusted relationships with big industry technology leaders. Next slide, please. Our focus at Barcodes is to be involved in customer projects from inception through implementation all the way through to renewal. We'd like to be involved at the very beginning so our industry experts can assist our customers in the design of the project so that we can develop world-class solutions, for any size deployment from small to large. And we're around after the sale to support the solution all the way through replacement as technology and customer requirements change over time. This solution, the one we're presenting today, is a great example of Barcodes truly adhering to our tagline of design, deploy, support. As we were fully involved in the solution design, both hardware and software, we have planned for best deployment practices, and we stand ready to support you with our TrueSupport offering, which is part of the entire solution and which we'll go into greater detail later in the presentation. Next slide, please. So here are some of our industry-leading services. These services are designed to help you discover opportunity across your business for maximizing efficiency across departments and by getting the most out of your devices. As examples, we are provisioning the devices so they're configured and ready to go out of the box. You don't have to do anything with them. We're implementing an MDM solution to allow for control of devices so that they remain work purpose, and as a way to remotely download new versions of software, perhaps as a third booster shot becomes available. And all of this can be accomplished without any user interaction. We're providing a one-stop shop for all issues through our TrueSupport offering. And we even offer this solution in a solution as a service model, which is great for lifecycle management. As you can see, all this is managed through the TrueView portal. Through this portal, you can get visibility into devices from one easy access dashboard. Your mission control report gives you instant visibility into enterprise critical reports and the ability to drill down into the numbers and export them for easy sharing across your organization. You can quickly create support repair tickets, enter comments, questions, images for more detail, and receive ticket dialogue from the Barcode services team. The TrueView portal gives you unparalleled control to view and manage all of your devices and services from one place. If you have unique requirements, we can custom fit our services to your specific vertical and business model to ensure that you get exactly what you need. I'd like to now introduce Moshe Meppen, co-founder and CEO of Vaccus Technologies.
Good morning. So as you can see on the right-hand side of your screen, one story in the news that's really been inescapable revolves around the current paper cards that are issued by the CDC to all the COVID-19 vaccine recipients. This card really presents a lot of short-term and long-term challenges to anybody who really wants to use it as their vaccination verification mechanism. The federal government has decided they're not really going to weigh in on determining what is a legitimate vaccination verification method and what is not. Therefore, the private sector has stepped up with some alternative methods, as you see here. But let's start with the actual paper CDC card that hopefully everybody on this call has received. So they're issued by the Vaccination Depot on behalf of CDC, as you all know. They're handwritten, which takes a lot of time and creates a lot of possibility for error, illegibility, etc. They're very easily lost, duplicated, forged. Let's face it, because they're on paper. My daughter's actual vaccination record was filled in pencil. So that gives you some indication of how secure it is. And lastly, they're not even remotely durable. So spill some coffee on yours and you'll figure out how difficult it'll be to use next time. The next item is the uploaded CDC card mechanism. So organizations are allowing people today to upload an image of what they say is their CDC card for their proof of vaccination. So this method requires no other vetting, okay, or proof. But it does require the ability to navigate a site, scan a document, upload the document. And while most of us on this call today, hopefully all of us on this call today, would find this method to be a relatively straightforward or simple task, there are a lot of people in America who are not able or prepared to go through this process of actually doing that. So not only is there a high potential for fraud because you don't know what people are actually uploading, but in this instance, it's not really an equitable solution at all. Lastly, the states are issuing QR codes to vaccinated people directly from the state databases, and this is a handful of states. So this is a multi-factor approach. It requires a person to have a level of sophistication to download a QR code into a digital wallet for future use. First challenge is that if you've been vaccinated in 2 separate states, your records are probably incomplete. So this applies to your first 2 shots that you got, and it also applies to any booster, 3rd, 4th, 5th shot, whatever comes into the future. This is really because vaccination records are not necessarily shared between states. This is a statewide initiative. So the solution can't be rolled out effectively to an entire, nationwide population. And the sophistication needed to do it, let's face it, is not universal. So in all, the choices in the market today are not really acceptable options, simply because not everybody can use all of them. And they're not equitable solutions. So we have a solution to this problem, and it comes in 3 parts. Next slide. The first is the Vaxxis Universal Enroller, which you see pictures of on your screen. Vaxxis Universal Enroller combines with a Zebra TC52 mobile computer. The enroller captures all the necessary vaccination information and a person's info off of their driver's license. The info is then consolidated and sent directly to a ZC350 Zebra card printer. Once that information is sent to the printer, 2 things can happen. One can be completely purged from the handheld, never to be stored anywhere, or it can be stored in a customer's database based on a customer's requirement. Next slide. The second step in this process is the card printing solution. So the system allows for secure vaccination PVC record cards to be printed directly from a Zebra handheld computer. The cards are printed on site, they're durable, they're wallet sized, which is novel. They include an encrypted QR code that contains all of their relevant vaccination data, and it can be used for future screening. So the cards contain also a watermark, as you can see on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, that can only be viewed from a black light. A 3rd or a 4th card can be easily printed at a later date to replace previous cards with updated information once boosters become available. So you'll see how the cards currently look as they emerge from the printer right on your screen. So you've got a first dose front and back, second dose front and back. The first dose is basically a reminder card. The second dose card is basically your full vaccination record with all the information pertaining to the actual vaccine you received, your name, and then on the back is the encrypted QR code that can be used for future screening. Next slide. So the last piece of the puzzle is our screener solution, and this is called the Vaxxis Universal Screener. It's an Android app that can decrypt the binary indication of fully vaccinated or not fully vaccinated. So that's basically what it's looking for. Either you're fully vaccinated or you're not fully vaccinated. And that information is taken from an encrypted QR code on every card. Screener allows for truly anonymous screening of people in any public-facing environment, like a bar, a gym, a restaurant, an arena, or an office complex, instantly and with no database query. So this is a really important aspect. So you can actually just screen the card without going up to a database to check that individual has been vaccinated, and you're going to get a validation without the database query. The app is simply ensuring that the card itself is legitimate. So if a need arises, if in the marketplace a need arises, or in your environment, a need arises to vet an individual who's holding the card against the Vaxxis card, the app can be configured to read a driver's license and compare that data specifically to the Vaxxis card data for an added level of security and protection. This is not the standard configuration because we wanted to incrementally add security to this mechanism and not necessarily put a mechanism in place that would require everybody to use their driver's license every time they got screened. We thought that would lower the uptake in the widespread adoption, but it can be done. The app can be used on any Android device and is actually a really economical way to allow public spaces like bars and restaurants and gyms to comport with the new ordinances that require vaccination verification, like in New York and in Los Angeles. So with that, I'm going to ask Brendan to run a very quick demo video for you and we'll pick it up right after that.
The COVID-19 vaccine is finally here, but with it are the challenges of tracking doses, future boosters, and who is vaccinated. To keep our community safe, Barcodes Inc. partners with Vaxxis and Zebra in developing one durable, fast, and accurate vaccination record and screening solution designed to eliminate the errors of manual data processing and damaged paper records. Add efficiency to vaccination administration and screening with data capture of a patient's ID and relevant vaccine information, all through a healthcare-ready mobile device, preloaded with the Vaxxis Enroller app, perfected for secure data sharing, enhanced cybersecurity, and ease of use. Print individual vaccination record cards with Zebra's ZC350 for fast, reliable card printing on both sides in one pass to create a record PVC card equipped with counterfeit protection and durable overlay that withstands everyday wear and tear. Privacy and security standards are met by purging all patient data from mobile devices after cards are printed. Plus, this solution can easily augment digital vaccination record implementations as states and cities strive for equity for all citizens. And as people may be required to obtain booster shots in the future, we enhance multi-dosage tracking while saving time and money when you trade in manual data entry for digitized vaccination screening that fits in both public and private sites. Enable businesses of any size to verify vaccination status instantly with any Android device using the Vaxxis Screener app. All empowered by our seamless design, deployment, and support services. Take a closer look into the verification solution transforming vaccination records with Barcodes Inc. Contact us to learn more.
Thanks, Brendan. So just to wrap up the system highlights, we are supplanting the paper card the CDC gives you with a less vulnerable and much more legible, machine-readable, wallet-sized plastic card. That's the crux of this system. The system that we ship is a complete system and includes the card printer, the cards, the card readers, and all the software necessary to implement the entire system and deploy it. It can be standalone, meaning if you have a closed loop system and you want to issue cards to a set group of people and then have them screened, it can be absolutely put together and deployed as a closed loop standalone system, or it can also be integrated into an existing database if you'd like to have this information once captured, cross-referenced into a database of vaccinated individuals. The system provides real security against forging and copying. The cards themselves have multi-layers of security built in. So it gives confidence if somebody's going to present their vaccination status using this card, it gives the recipient a lot more security and peace of mind. The card generators are mobile and portable. And so this can be deployed in different places within an organization or different places within a system. They can be complementary to smartphone applications. So if your application today is issuing a QR code to vaccinated individuals as the method of screening, and some of those individuals are incapable or unwilling to use the QR code in their digital wallet to actually effectuate the screening, you can give them a card, a plastic card that does exactly the same thing, but using a different mechanism, something they can keep in their actual physical wallet. So as a standard, the cards themselves today contain all the same information that's on the CDC card. However, if your application requires additional information, or you'd like to put some information in different places within the card, add your logo, perhaps change the watermark, the security watermark, all of those things are customizable for larger implementations. So now I'm going to hand it back to Tim Killian to talk about TrueSupport.
Thank you, Moshe. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the solution from a hardware perspective and why different pieces were chosen. So the solution is comprised, as Moshe alluded to, with a TC52 or TC52X healthcare mobile touch computer, a Zebra ZC350 card printer, and obviously the PC cards themselves. The TC52 and TC52X healthcare devices were chosen for their advanced scanning capabilities for scanning the QR code, but also the driver's licenses, for their disinfectant-ready plastics, and for their long battery life. The ZC350 card is an excellent card printer offering portability, it's a smaller size, ease of operation, and reliable double-sided card printing. The durable PC cards, as Moshe mentioned, they're credit card size, so they can easily fit into a wallet, unlike the paper solution. They're extremely durable, and they have that security watermark on them. Next slide, please. This solution is being offered to you by a company that comes highly recommended by Alphabet, as we are a Google Android Enterprise or recommended partner, by a company that has unparalleled experience with multiple MDM packages. We are literally experts in the field. And by a company that has the capabilities to offer a complete managed service experience, as this solution is offering all the services needed to make an implementation successful. Next slide, please. I promised earlier in the presentation that we would discuss TrueSupport, so here we go. When technology works well, it enhances everything about your business, but when it doesn't, it can grind everything to a halt. With Barcodes, not only do you get technology that works, but our managed services will prepare you for when the devices require repair, updates, or when they simply become lost. You'll have access to asset visibility and analysis via our TrueView portal. We'll help you uncover those hidden inefficiencies by tracking the use of all your assets, all from a single piece of software, excuse me. Barcodes offers you a full spectrum of services to handle any problem. Listed here on the slide are some of the challenges that customers might experience when trying to go it alone. The TrueSupport Barcodes becomes part of your technology team and makes implementation and ongoing support a breeze. Next slide, please. TrueSupport is really your zero hassle solution to device support. As an example, in this particular solution offering, we aim to provision and stage your devices so that you receive them out of the box, configured, ready to go. If a unit needs repair, you have one number to call. And with that phone call, you get level 2 and level 3 technicians that aren't reading off a troubleshooting checklist. They know your product, they're ready to assist, and they'll try to fix the product over the phone. If the unit needs to be sent in for repair, we arrange that for you. When the unit is repaired, it is sent back to us to be staged once again for you. The product is ready to go out of the box every time around. Next slide. As alluded to earlier, our TrueView portal gives you device management and visibility at your fingertips. You can take control of your device support at any time from anywhere. Following are some examples of the main screens of the TrueView portal. Next slide, please. Mission Control is your reports dashboard. It gives you instant visibility into enterprise-wide critical reports and allows you to drill down into all the numbers. My Tickets is the location where you can quickly create support and repair tickets and track their status all the way through completion. Next slide, please. My Assets allows you to view all of your devices in one location, and we get them in there for you. We load them for you. Asset details include repair and support ticket history, assigned location of those devices, and service expiration dates. Finally, My Contracts allows you quick access to support and repair contract statuses and gives you another way to view assets by serial number covered under each particular contract. We could spend a whole presentation on TrueSupport and TrueView. However, time only allows a quick view into some of TrueView's capabilities. I can tell you the customers that have it truly love it, pardon the pun. Next slide, please. In summary, we're providing a solution that streamlines the vaccination data capture process and eliminates paper. As Moshe mentioned, the solution can be standalone or complementary to smartphone-based apps. The end result of our solution is a card that is legible, most importantly, equitable, durable, and it fits in your wallet. Each card has the unique encrypted QR code for future screening. And that QR code, coupled with the security mark, really provide an excellent amount of counterfeit protection, which is non-existent in the solutions that are out there today. The durable vaccination card can be anonymously screened without database access being required. And it's important to note that as a standard, and as Moshe alluded to earlier, the card contains only the same information as the current CDC card, but it can be modified to meet your particular requirements. Finally, we're offering a solution that includes the touch computer with an integrated scanner, a single dock charger for that, so you can use it more than the 14 hours, the card printer, 3 years of comprehensive service on both of those devices. And what that means is you break it, they fix it. It covers accidental damage. 3 years of our TrueSupport, TrueView offering, 1 year of the Vaxxis software license, 1 year of the SOTI Mobi control with premium support, the software staging, as I mentioned, an initial pack of the 500 cards, an initial pack of the ribbon, again, so everything can be used out of the box. And that concludes the presentation, and we're going to open this up for questions and answers.
So there's a few questions that have rolled in here. Hold on one second. First question, from a budgetary standpoint, what is the total cost of this solution?
So that's a great question. And, you know, if you, I don't want to go through and repeat all the things unless somebody asks for that, but everything that I just mentioned, all the way down to the cards and the ribbons, is under $5,000 per system. Obviously, large enterprises may have multiple handhelds communicating to one printer, but if you just go on an each by each basis of everything that I just listed, under $5,000 a solution, including everything.
Thank you, Tim. Another question, has the CDC put their stamp of approval on this solution?
Moshe, you want me to answer that, or do you want to take it?
I'll take it. So the CDC very early on, along with the Biden administration more recently, has decided to take a hands-off approach regarding what they would consider to be vaccine passports. This is not that, but we wanted to just make it very clear that the CDC is not dictating how to screen people for their vaccine status. As you could see with some of the previous slides, there are various methods currently in the marketplace today. This is yet another method, and it's a complementary method to the ones that are in the market. So as long as a person is telling the truth, and as long as their card is legitimate, that's the most important thing in this process, and we help to enhance that by creating security around the actual mechanism that's used.
Thank you, Moshe. One more final question here. What if someone were to just laminate the CDC, the already approved CDC card that's given out?
Well, you know, it would protect against the coffee spill that Moshe mentioned earlier. All depends on how hot that coffee is, though, and how the labels that had the dosages on them were made. You know, it still can be forged. I'm going to touch on that last comment in just a moment. You know, it still can be forged. It still doesn't fit in the wallet. You just made it even bigger. But if the labels, like the card that I have, were that speak to the dosages and what type of vaccine I have, if those were printed with a direct thermal printer, then if you laminate it or spill really hot coffee on it, it's going to make those labels turn black. You won't be able to see that information, and you'll be essentially invalidating your paper CDC card. So I don't recommend it.
Also, if you add a third dose which is coming down the pike, we all know. If it's laminated, you're going to have to use one of those grease pencils on it, and that's not going to go over well either. You're not going to be able to append to the actual original document if it's been laminated, which it's going to require in the future. So it effectively stops it in a point in time, and you can't add to it. Whereas with our cards, the original card gets discarded, a new card gets generated, and that becomes your newest, latest, and greatest card.
All right. Thank you, guys. Looks like that's it for questions. Again, we appreciate everybody coming out. We will have a recording of this video that we will send out to all the participants as well. And thanks again to Zebra and Vaxxus for helping us put this solution together. And we hope you all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.